Scaffolding refers to a temporary structure or framework built to support workers and materials during construction, maintenance, or repair of buildings, bridges, or other structures. It is typically made of metal pipes, tubes, or wooden planks that are interconnected to create a stable platform for workers to access different areas at various heights. Most scaffolds fall into one of the four primary categories: tube and cupola scaffold, cool-lock scaffold, suspended scaffold, mobile scaffold, system scaffold, supported scaffold. Scaffolds are classified according to their intended use as light duty scaffold, designed and constructed to carry the weight of workmen only, with no material storage other than the weight of tools. Commonly used for inspection, painting, access and light cleaning. Medium duty scaffold, designed and constructed to carry the weight of light materials, tools and workmen. Scaffolds used for abrasive blast cleaning, sandblasting, shall be classified medium duty if there is potential for buildup of abrasive on the platforms. Heavy duty scaffolds, specially designed and constructed to carry maximum intended loads greater than 240 kg, M2, such as masonry work, piping or equipment, and is classified as a special scaffold. Scaffolder, a person who through training and/or experience is capable of erecting, moving, modifying and dismantling scaffold. Scaffolding supervisor, a competent person who through training and/or experience A, is knowledgeable of applicable scaffolding regulations, B, is capable of identifying existing and predictable hazards related to the erection, alteration, use, dismantling, storage, and inspection of scaffolding, and C, has the authority to take prompt corrective actions to eliminate such hazards. Lifeline, a component that consists of a flexible line that connects to an anchorage at one end to hang vertically, vertical lifeline, or that connects to anchorages at both ends to stretch horizontally, horizontal lifeline, and which serves as a method to connect other components of a personal fall arrest system to the anchorage. Standard, a vertical or near vertical member used in the construction of scaffold for transmitting the load to the foundation. Transom, a member spanning across ledges, standards to tie a scaffold transversely and which may also support a working platform. Toe board, a barrier placed along the edge of scaffold platform and secured there to guard against the falling of material and equipment. Brace, a member fixed diagonally across two or more members in a scaffold to afford stability. Bracing. Bracing is a system of braces or ties that prevent distortion of a scaffold. Outrigger, the structural members of a supported scaffold used to increase the base width of a scaffold in order to provide support for and increased stability of the scaffold. Plank, scaffold board, an individual timber board, a fabricated component, without end hooks, that serves as a flooring member of a platform. Base plate, it is a mild steel, MS, square plate of 100 mm by 100 mm by 6 mm thick with 38 mm diameter and 75 mm long spigot supporting at bottom to the standard at ground. Guard rail, a horizontal rail secured to standards and erected along the exposed edges of scaffolds to prevent workmen from falling. Kicker lift, the vertical distance measured from ground to the center of first ledger. Normally this distance is 150 mm from ground and provided when scaffold is more than 6.0 m height or scaffold carrying heavy load. Ledger, a horizontal member which ties the standard at right angles and which may support put logs and transoms. Lift height, the vertical distance measured between center of two ledgers. Normal lift height is 2.2 m. Put log, a scaffold member spanning from ledger to ledger or from ledger, standard to a building and upon which platform rests. Racker, an inclined load-bearing tube that braces the scaffold against ground. Sole plate, it is a mild steel plate of 300 mm by 300 mm by 6 mm thick, provided below the base plate in unpaved area. Safety requirements in scaffolding are crucial to protect workers and ensure a secure working environment. Here are some common safety requirements that should be followed when using scaffolding. Competent personnel, only trained and qualified individuals should erect, dismantle, or modify scaffolding. They should have a thorough understanding of the scaffold components, assembly process, and safety procedures. Inspection. Scaffolds must be inspected by a competent person before each use to identify any defects, damage, or instability. Regular inspections should also be conducted to ensure ongoing safety and identify potential hazards. Stability. Scaffolds must be erected on a stable and level surface, and their foundations should be capable of supporting the load requirements. The scaffold structure should be securely anchored to prevent tipping or collapse. Load capacity. The scaffold must be designed, constructed, and loaded in accordance with its intended use and manufacturer's specifications. It should be able to support the weight of workers, tools, equipment, and materials without exceeding the maximum load capacity. Guardrails and toe boards. Scaffolds should have guardrails installed along all open sides and ends of the platforms to prevent falls. Toe boards are also necessary to prevent tools or materials from falling off the platform. Fall protection. Workers on scaffolding at heights of 10 feet, 3 meters, or more above the ground or lower levels must be provided with fall protection, such as personal fall arrest systems, PFAS, or guardrail systems. Regular maintenance. Scaffolding components should be maintained in good condition, and damaged or defective parts should be immediately repaired or replaced. Regular maintenance should include tightening connections, inspecting planks or platforms, and ensuring proper functionality of safety features. Training and supervision. Workers should receive thorough training on scaffolding safety, including proper assembly, use, and potential hazards. They should be supervised to ensure adherence to safety protocols and guidelines. Weather conditions. Scaffolding should not be used during adverse weather conditions, such as high winds, heavy rain, or storms, which can compromise its stability and pose additional risks. Communication. Clear communication channels should be established among workers on the scaffold, as well as with workers on the ground. This facilitates coordination, alerting others of potential hazards, and emergency response. It's important to note that safety requirements may vary depending on the jurisdiction, specific project, or type of scaffold being used. It is essential to consult local regulations and guidelines, as well as follow the manufacturer's instructions and recommendations when working with scaffolding. Thanks for watching.